Episode 70 of Skibidi Toilet has just been released, and today we're gonna be checking it out and showing you guys every single Easter egg that you missed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we're going to be checking out Elite Cameraman's latest video where he breaks down the latest episode of Skibidi Toilet, episode 70, part 1, which was an absolutely awesome episode, and there are a lot of things that when I watched it the first time, I missed, as I'm sure you guys did too. So without further ado, let's check this out.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. After almost 3 weeks of waiting and a lot of delays, the most awaited episode 70 part 1 finally came out, and yeah, it really was crazy and worth the wait because finally, after such a long wait, I got to see my beloved TV woman.
Yes, TV woman!
Fine, but, anyways,
she's the best.
I think we can clearly say it was one of the craziest episodes so far, and it's not even over because this was just part 1, and there is so much stuff to talk about in today's episode. From the newly upgraded cameraman to the crazy moves Titan Speaker showed us to the secrets at the end of the video, and of course the infamous return of the Astro toilets, which gave me chills.
Yeah, guys, this episode had a little bit of everything for both sides, the cameraman army and also for the Skibidis, which was pretty unexpected. If you guys haven't seen the episode, we're going to be going over it today, and also we're going to be breaking it down.
It's really clear that we are entering a crazy era for Skibidi Toilet, and we are finally at the end of this arc. But before we get into all these topics and secrets from episode 70 part 1, make sure to like this video and subscribe to not miss any future analysis videos. Since this video had so many crazy stuff happen, I'm most likely going to be releasing a second analysis video tomorrow for episode 70 part 1. Anyways, here we go. Today's episode actually starts with one of the leaked frames Boom sent me a couple days ago, but from the perspective of the POV cameraman, and actually the POV is one of the large cameraman we saw in the leaks I showed a couple days ago, but we'll talk about that in a few moments. We see the garage door saying no smoking, and we see one of the newly upgraded cameraman throw toilet paper inside, and as some of you guys have guessed, the toilet papers were hand grenades. And it seems like they are heavy objects, since the sound, it doesn't sound soft when it hits the ground, but the explosion inside is probably enough to kill the toilets inside this place. Right after this, we see the flamethrower cameraman using his flamethrower on the gray toilets that are on their way to attack him, and this is exactly the same scene that was leaked. Also, we see another dead toilet on the right, which looks like he was killed by the flamethrower cameraman a few seconds ago. And funny enough, even though he is using a flamethrower, there is a no smoking sign next to him.
Yeah, it is really cool to see the upgraded cameraman guys that have, you know, their new headphones, they have their jetpacks, they have their new weapons and blasters, which we see more of later in today's episode. It's really cool to see all of the upgrades that they got to destroy the Skibidis.
Thankfully, they didn't blow up because that sign might have meant that there was some gas around the place. After this, the POV cameraman turns to his right and we see a couple cameramen trying to run away and a couple cameramen dead on the floor.
So yeah, it does seem like most of this episode, it's in the POV of one of like the giant cameramans. As you can see, like the guys in front of us right now, they look kind of short. Those are just like the normal sized cameramans, and we're in the POV of one of like the taller guys. Not one of the Titans, just like one of the giant cameraman dudes that walk around.
It also looks like their clothes were burned or destroyed in the battle. This is something completely new, and it seems like Dafuk is adding a lot more details alongside this. It looks like we can see the cloths of the cameraman move when they are running.
Yeah, that's true.
These small details are getting better and better every episode.
I am kind of curious too if the creator, if he's adding more people to the team, because it seems like every single episode, the quality and the details are just getting more and more detailed, and they're getting better. So I wonder if it's just him doing this and he's just getting better, or if he has like a team of people now that are helping him, because at this point, these are like mini movies with the quality and detail and just all of the attention that goes into them.
While one of the cameramen is running, the other one with the brown shirt and pants is using his double shotguns to keep toilets away. But these two cameramen don't seem to be one of the upgraded ones, since they don't have headphones or jetpacks.
Yeah.
But there is something weird we see when we zoom in. On the right side next to the light pole, we see a body with a dirty white suit or a black and white suit. But it's impossible to see the face and the object next to it. I can't really figure out what this is, so...
honestly, guys, it looks like it's a normal person, but it has like some sort of hazmat mask on that you would use if you were like going into a fire or if you were like around some like radioactive material. It doesn't look like it's a cameraman though, which is really weird.
If you have an idea, make sure to write it down in the comments. While when we were looking at this dead body, another death happens, and the cameraman with the double shotgun gets shot with a rocket into his face, and his body literally flies off. Rest in peace, buddy. At least you tried, and this other cameraman that's running towards us has a missing arm, and just like the other cameraman, he finds his demise literally seconds later when a rocket hits right behind him.
It also kind of looked like it wasn't just a normal rocket. Like that looked like it was a heat-seeking rocket. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it looked like it kind of curved into the cameraman.
After this, we finally pull out our weapon and learn that the POV cameraman is actually a large cameraman because he pulls out the large laser weapon that was shown in episode 69, part 2.
See, I was confused at first because I saw like the red beam coming from that blaster, and I thought maybe it was Titan Speakerman for a second, but it turns out it's not. It's just one of like the large cameraman.
And the leak's boom sent me. And not gonna lie, this laser weapon is so goddamn strong, we see 2 rocket launcher toilets coming towards us alongside a helicopter toilet, and we literally one-shot them all when they are shooting us rockets.
Yeah, that's
just like a Giga Chad,
so overpowered.
we dodge them all. But after all the toilets are dead, I notice something or someone inside the car on the left, and if you zoom in, it clearly is a human standing inside, and it does look like the secret agent a little, but it also doesn't.
That's so weird. I wonder, I mean, it has to be done purposefully, right? Like there's a reason why that guy's there. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there were people in the battlefield, like, you know, years and years before this war even started. Like before the cameramans existed, before the Skibidis existed. Maybe that's why we see like the hazmat guy there and we see the guy in the car. Maybe they have just been there for a very long time. I really don't know.
I'm not sure if it's the secret agent watching it from there or actually a dead body that was inside when this place was first captured.
Probably
by the
a dead body.
Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And this seems like the best upgrade the cameraman have gotten so far because Blood literally destroys everyone as if they are nothing while flying and shooting his rockets. It seems like even some of the more advanced toilets will have problems while dealing with the upgraded large cameramen from now on.
Yeah, you got to think that like this is just one of the large camera people. So, I mean, there's going to be probably dozens, if not hundreds of these guys that are just kind of going around on Team Cameraman. And they're going to have these giant nuclear death blasters. And honestly, it'll be a problem for the Skibidis because they are getting deleted by these things.
After he lands, he kills 2 more rocket toilets that are far away, and it looks like his laser's reach is incredibly long. But that's not all, because this guy has been dodging every single rocket ever since the beginning. That means the large cameraman have finally learned their lesson after what happened to almost every large cameraman lately, because everyone has been dying. What we see after is something crazy because we see a whole army of large upgraded rocket launcher toilets with armors coming out of the bunker looking like building, and it seems like there is no end to them.
Yeah, originally when that first came out, I thought that maybe it was a bunch more G-Man clones. Since in one of the previous episodes that just came out, we saw that G-Man isn't just like one guy. It's like a whole army of G-Mans at this point that the scientists and his engineers have been making. So I thought that this was G-Man at first, but yeah, I guess that they're just like upgraded rocket launcher Skibidi toilets.
Right after this, a helicopter toilet suddenly arrives at the scene and instantly shoots rockets at us, but the POV cameraman swiftly dodges it with his new jetpack.
He's too good!
And kills off the helicopter toilet while hiding. Here, we also actually see him getting hit by these rockets, but it looks like not just their weapons were upgraded, but their overall endurance has been boosted as well.
He has more armor now.
It doesn't look like he took any damage when the rockets hit the ground
not at
next
all.
to him. He starts fighting the other toilets around the place while, once he turns back and kills off the last helicopter toilet, we get a small glimpse of the chaos he caused in literally seconds. Not gonna lie, looking at this, these toilets need to up their game a lot after all these Alliance upgrades.
I mean, yeah, we just saw the large cameraman take out, like maybe, what was that, like 15 Skibidi toilets? And these were like upgraded Skibidis. They had rocket launchers, they had, you know, the propellers. Like these are really powerful Skibidis, but this guy made it seem so easy.
But suddenly a huge missile hits the ground next to him, and even though it probably didn't do much damage, after this, the POV cameraman decides to fly towards this new upgraded rocket launcher toilet, but his insanely powerful laser is literally useless against these new shields, and there are a ton of these toilets in the vicinity now. And it looks like they also have laser weapons alongside the rockets, which
Yeah,
is crazy to think
that's
about
why I thought it was
after
G-Man
he
at
comes
first.
out of his shelter like Toilet with his crazy-looking smile. Before he can shoot us, we hear a sound coming from the left side, and suddenly injured Titan cameraman comes out of nowhere and rams into the place, destroying the road and the toilets on it along the way.
Just in the nick of time.
And this is the moment where this episode started going crazy. Right after this, the rocket launcher toilet instantly turns to the injured Titan cameraman and starts attacking him. But we all know that. This ain't anything new for him. He literally gets shot right at the core, but he responds by using his new laser weapons, which incinerates the toilets in a matter of seconds.
Oh, he's so
and
cool.
Only his skull is left. But a funny detail we can see is that these sunglasses they have are still intact. Not gonna lie. I think they should make an armor out of these. After this, injured Titan cameraman sees other rocket launcher toilets attacking him from the back, but he doesn't seem to care and just turns back slowly and shoots his laser guns as if they are blasters.
Yeah, so I mean, upgraded Titan cameraman, he's pretty much immune to most Skibidis other than, from what we've seen, like the Scientist and G-Man. Nobody else has really been able to do any damage.
I guess these weapons have different modes. Titan cameraman kills all the toilets around the place. He hears sounds of another toilet coming in right after looking
Also,
at
guys, I don't know if you just saw that, but in the background, like over here, there's more going on. Like there's still battles happening over there. So I wonder if that's maybe like the other side of this area where they're sending out the upgraded rocket Skibidis. Maybe they're sending them out on the other side too, and they're having to deal with that. And, you know, they don't have upgraded Titan cameraman to protect them. So there's just probably a ton of chaos and explosions happening on the opposite side.
us, and this newly upgraded toilet is literally a copy of G-Man toilet with 4 lasers. I guess this is the new standard for toilets now, and it seems like it'll only go up crazier from here. But before the injured Titan cameraman does anything, suddenly upgraded Titan TV man's hand appears on the screen with his teleport ability,
sick.
and he cuts the toilet's right side.
I love it.
And we watch him fall down to his death.
It's awesome.
Not gonna lie, the way the upgraded Titan TV man stands on top of the mountain, Blood really does look like the king, but the real GOAT of today's episode comes in seconds after by throwing a toilet to its
he
death,
does.
and he puts out the fire on his shoulders after he lands.
So in one of the previous episodes, we saw obviously the 3 Titans together, Titan Speaker Man, Titan Cameraman, and upgraded Titan TV Man. And upgraded Titan TV Man gave, you know, like a power boost to upgraded Titan Cameraman. You know, he like shot him in the chest or whatever and powered up his core. And Titan Speaker Man also wanted that for himself, but for whatever reason, the Titan TV Man said like, not now, it's not a good time, but this is the episode where he gets his upgrade, and it is so cool.
And we hear the upgraded Titan TV man say something to him in reverse while jumping down. If we reverse the video, we can clearly hear him say, "Come quick." Here you go. Listen to it yourself. And right after this, upgraded Titan TV man charges up the injured Titan Speaker man, just like he did to the injured Titan Cameraman in episode 69 part 2, for him to be able to use his new lasers. But not gonna lie, the power Titan Speaker man got from this seems a lot more compared to Titan Cameraman. He literally starts shaking with power, and it's all leaking out, but we suddenly turn to our left, and there is a huge army of helicopter toilets with acids and rockets approaching. Seeing this Titan Speaker man suddenly screams, and we literally start shaking, and the helicopter toilets don't even have headphones, so we already know they are done for.
Oh yeah, they are.
Seconds later, we see the Titan Speaker man charging up his weapons.
Look at him, he's like shaking with so much energy. He's like me when I was 5 years old and I had too much candy.
And shooting his hand blasters a couple times before jumping right into the action. And we get a glimpse of his aiming capabilities because he literally shot everyone with 100% precision. He starts shooting everyone while flying, and we also see the Titan cameraman catching one of the injured helicopter toilets, and he pulls the acid blaster and puts it into his broken arm,
right
just
off.
like he did before with the buzzsaw.
Yeah,
toilet.
it's so cool how he could just like use other weapons.
Back with its own acid gun. Blood literally has been changing arms every couple episodes at this point. But to be honest, with all his movements in this episode, I think we can say that he is very tired. At least he
seems
looks
like
tired.
it.
And he does deserve a rest, but we don't even know when he'll get one.
I wonder if too, like, since he needed the upgrade, or at least like the power surge from upgraded Titan TV Man, If maybe like the power surge kind of increases his power, but then I don't know, it probably does some damage to his core, and we might see that with Titan Speakerman as well. Since like they got all this extra power, they probably like go up in power, but they probably have a pretty big crash after, which I don't know, man. Like it's cool to see them get those power surges, but it might in the long run be not the best thing. And also too, you have to think that upgraded Titan TV man probably can't do that a bunch. Like he's probably also running out of power himself because he's giving out so much power.
After this, we see the charged up Titan Speakerman using his core laser at full power. Everybody saw that it wasn't that powerful when he was going against Scientist Toilet in episode 67, but here it's a different case since it's been charged up, and suddenly a ton of toilets surround him just like what happened on episode 58. But just like what he did back then, he decides to become a Beyblade and start spinning at crazy speeds, killing everything around him.
It's too good.
And this is why he was the GOAT of the episode. If he was charged up like this all the time, Blood could solo everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he sat down after he killed everyone was so cold. And even the upgraded Titan TV man agrees because he literally said 10 out of 10 in reverse with the man face from Roblox. Here you go. Listen to it yourself. And I gotta be honest, that man face is giving me some flashbacks, if you know.
Oh, yeah.
But what happens after this is the start of what's to come and the first crazy reveal that we have gotten ever since the reveal of upgraded Titan TV man, and it really sent shivers down my spine while watching. The first thing that happens is the return of one of the OG characters, and it's the DJ Toilet with his upgraded body after 64 episodes.
Yeah, so we didn't see this guy since episode 6 of the series when, you know, we got like the different version of the Skibidi Toilet song when the DJ was playing it, which I think actually got copyright claimed and they don't have it anymore. But yeah, we didn't see this guy for the longest time, and then out of nowhere, he comes back in episode 70 with some insane upgrades. But I mean, if you've seen the episode, you know what happens next.
I really don't think anyone was expecting a return from him, but this really opens up the door for some of the other OG toilets
that is
coming
true.
back later in the series.
That would be really cool to see some of them.
I wonder when the urinal toilets will return. The upgraded DJ Toilet looks a lot more serious compared to before.
Oh my God,
and now
yeah.
has sunglasses alongside of a fully mechanic toilet and a whole DJ rig on it. And let's not forget his new ding-dong and lasers that can come out of the sides. Blood really went all out on these upgrades, but sadly for him, his return didn't last long because literally seconds later, a fricking Astro Toilet shows up out of nowhere and splits the DJ Toilet in half. And
yeah, I really don't understand, and maybe you guys do, so you can leave a comment down below. Like, why do some of the toilets destroy other Skibidis? Like, we've seen the Astro Toilet, I'm pretty sure, do this before when G-Man and the Scientist were basically losing the battle before, and, like, the Scientist left G-Man behind. Like, why do they destroy their own kind? I wonder if, like, maybe, I don't know, between G-Man and the Scientist, like, maybe something happened and there's, like, almost two sides of the Skibidis in the whole Skibidi army.
Was him Toddy's side. We don't know if DJ Toilet died or not, but either way.
Probably dead.
Rest in peace, brother. You are one of the only toilets I respect a lot. Hopefully, if you are not dead, you can come back in 64 once again for another great comeback. And after this, we were greeted by the Astro Toilet we saw in episode 60 who held down the head of the imposter G-Man Toilet. His face does look a little different here, but that's because he has a much more serious and chill expression here instead of the crazy look he had before. But his beard and his new arm's circular patterns shows us that this is clearly the same toilet, but just upgraded.
Yeah, he has some seriously good upgrades.
His base toilet is mostly the same other than those protections on the side coming towards his neck, and the two new arms with every arms having some sort of new magnet technology, and him getting some new stripes on his helmet just like UFO Toilet had. And he absolutely looks terrifying while floating with his magnet hands spinning.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Magneto from the X-Men. Like, Magneto would wear this metal hat, and it kind of made it so that nobody could, like, penetrate his mind. Maybe it's a similar thing, so that he can't, I don't know, get, like, any, like, mind control, or maybe it's just for protection. Whatever it is, I mean, this guy is insanely powerful, and he has the power of magnets, which obviously is not good against cameras, speakers, or TVs. Like, magnets are basically their kryptonite.
The POV cameraman suddenly turns to his right to look at Titan Cameraman, and he instantly shoots his new lasers, but the Astro Magnet Toilets catches the lasers mid-air with his overpowered magnets and literally throws them back. I was shocked when I saw this because this ability is absolutely insane. Even though Titan Cameraman doesn't take that much damage from this, we see the upgraded Titan TV Man also shooting a laser, but the Astro Toilet dodges it with ease as if it's nothing. And he gets a grin on his face after this dodge, but suddenly stops after hearing a sound from the Astro Toilet, and we turn to the Astro Toilet, and he suddenly laughs and actually speaks. He says, "You all will die," with its incredibly deep voice, and this was the first time we actually heard. Here you go. Listen to it yourself.
Dude, I got goosebumps when I heard that for the first time. I don't know if we've ever actually heard a Skibidi talk before. And if we have, I mean, it has not been that cool. Where literally he said, "You all will die," in like the most menacing way possible. And he meant it. And I mean, all three Titans combined could not do a single damage to this Skibidi. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Whatever they do actually end up doing, it needs to be inside of Skibidi HQ. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the key to victory here, is the team that's inside Skibidi HQ, they're going to have to take out the scientist from within. And if they take out the scientist, I think that's it. I think maybe the scientist is like literally controlling every Skibidi. So if you take out him, it's like cutting the head off of the snake. Everything else is going to basically shut down, is what I think.
After this, we see the upgraded Titan TV Man's hand teleport out of nowhere, but he is out of luck because the Astro Toilet instantly uses his magnet arms to cut off his blade and sends it flying back to Titan TV Man and suddenly leaves the place while laughing. This scene really was insane because I think it foreshadows a lot more than you might think. As you guys know, we first saw the Astro Toilets back in episode 60, and they were trying to overtake the G-Man toilet, but with the Scientist Toilet's return, they were brushed off. And the next time we saw one of the Astro Toilets were in episode 68, and it was the UFO toilet watching the G-Man toilet clones dying. I think this clearly shows that they want to become the new wave of toilets, and the upgrades they are getting shows us that they are very capable of this because we have not seen any other toilet be able to deflect two Titans without any care at all. I think with the foreshadowing of Astro Toilets, we might actually witness the death of G-Man Toilet or Scientist Toilet or both at the end of episode 70. If it goes like this, and the Astro Toilets will become the new threat against the Alliance.
See, I don't understand though, like where are the Astro Toilets coming from? Because it seems like the Scientist is the one that's making all of the toilets, but if he's not making the Astro Toilets, then who is? Is it the Scientist? Is it coming from another multiverse? Also, too, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Astro Toilet can travel at the speed of light. Like literally at the end of that, when he throws the giant Titan TV Man's sword, he just like basically teleports away. He just like travels at the speed of light and then boom, he's gone. How do you beat that? He's like as fast as the glitch toilet, but 10 times as big.
Right now, it's very clear that the original toilets are very behind, and I don't see them coming up with something new instantly, right when the Alliance is making a whole raid in their main base. So it's very likely that this is the last couple episodes where we are seeing the original toilets before the Astro Toilets take over. I also might be completely wrong, but we'll see. There is a possibility that the original toilets have something stored already deep down in the bunker, because don't forget, Dafuk posted a leak of the Scientist Toilet on Discord last week, but he was nowhere to be seen today.
Interesting.
After the Astro Toilet leaves, we see the upgraded Titan TV Man having his blade pierced through his arm, and he pulls it out right before we see his angry face. And this was also one of the leaked frames. It does make a lot of sense why he was mad now. But none of this is important because my favorite part of the episode came right after this scene, which was my beloved TV woman arriving out of nowhere with her other female buddies, and it looks like they've been upgraded. And I'm going to be totally honest, Speaker Woman's upgrades look dank because she has katanas on her back, and I, as man,
it's awesome.
Love katanas, bruh. I really do want to see her fight now. Even imagining it gives me chills. Alongside her, camera woman seems to have 2 extra guns now, and her firepower is basically tripled.
Yep.
But where the hell is my beloved TV woman's upgrades, bruh? She better have some new TV beams or some new tricks up her sleeve because I couldn't stand my beloved TV woman being mistreated. And I don't know
this
if you
guy is a
caught it,
crush.
but when the large cameraman pulls his huge laser gun out, all the female toilets suddenly look at it. Look back at the large cameraman and back at the huge laser gun once again, and my beloved TV woman does an ooh face. Hell nah, bruh, there is no way you were impressed by that. I really gotta find that large cameraman and steal that huge weapon. But alongside this, there are actually two very small details here. First one is the surveillance camera on the back, and I think this explains how the cameraman were able to spy on this place and plan their raid.
Okay.
And these cameras are probably scattered all throughout the bunker. Second
yeah,
one
I don't understand why the Skibidis would keep up security cameras when literally that's who they're up against. They're up against the cameraman army, so that was pretty dumb of them.
The one that explains why the electricity went out inside the bunker like we saw at the end. If you look behind on the right top, it says, "Danger high voltage."
Oh, okay.
And there were more signs like this around this place. And when the POV cameraman is turning left, we see this place burning. And let's not forget that Titan cameraman destroyed the whole dam, which probably was generating hydro energy. And this was why the electricity went out inside.
That actually makes sense.
We can literally see Titan cameraman looking at the fire seconds later, but POV cameraman instantly starts flying and gets to the other side of the dam, entering the bunker base. We don't know where this entrance opens up to, but I think we can safely assume that the crew might meet in the next part, and right when this is happening. After this, the POV suddenly starts changing and we go back to the bunker.
That would be cool if in the next episode that it seems like it's going to be in the bunker, especially because the creator kind of leaked that the scientist was going to be in episode 70. So probably he'll be in the next part or maybe part 3. But it would be really cool if like all of the TV woman people and the camera woman people, like if they all meet up with the secret agents that are inside of Skibidi HQ right now, and then they take over and destroy the scientist from within, which still, I guess, leaves the Astro toilets. But I mean, as long as they take out the scientist, I have a good feeling that, you know, they'll at least have one problem solved. Or, I mean, it's a wild theory, but maybe they can team up with the scientist, and maybe that's like the next round of upgrades that they get. Maybe the scientist and the cameraman army, maybe they team up in order to take down the Astro toilets.
POV, and a very strange thing happens in this part of the episode, so make sure watch until the end. After they stop checking the tablet, everyone suddenly starts looking at the POV cameraman, which I assume is plunger cameraman like the last couple episodes, but suddenly the elevator stops. Alarms start beeping and the electricity completely shuts down. And I'm gonna be honest, the way we see Dark Speakerman's speaker in the dark is so terrifying. Blood is the Batman of Skibidi Toilet. Can you imagine if he was a vigilante hunting down bad guys in the dark? Anyways, the cameramen start using their flashes to light up the place, but we see something weird here. I don't know if this is a rendering issue or if we are seeing actual ghosts, but whenever it lights up, 2 cameraman ghosts appear out of nowhere at the back for some reason. I guess this will be one of the unanswered questions from this episode.
That's really weird.
But suddenly a sound comes from the top, and it slowly ramps up until the episode ends. I'm gonna be honest, this sounded awfully like the time when Titan TV man clapped scientist toilet. But we don't talk about that. This episode was absolutely insane, and probably was one of the best episodes so far.
I think it was honestly my favorite episode of the entire series, which is crazy to think because there's been over 70 episodes. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below, and also if there's any other Easter eggs that we missed. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys smash like and click right here for more Skibidi Toilet.